Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our weekend workout. We'll start slow, get the head, neck moving, get our feet warmed up, and then get into some crawls.
That sounds like my kind of start to a Saturday morning. We'll start by going to the theme park, exploring the head, as Lauren mentioned, ribs and then hips. Let's start on a gentle roller coaster. At the head neck, that's flexion and extension. Tuck a chin towards the sternum or towards the chest. Then from that forward flex position, push your face forward like that awful text neck. And then go through that awful text neck to look at the stars or the sunrise. And then pull the crown high, returning the chin low. Repeat at least one more as we go chin tuck, face forward. Easy does it, doesn't need to be big, but extension, and then all the way back up to looking straight across on the horizon. Let's switch our direction. It's extension first, so go back to look at the sunrise or maybe the moon.
The sunrise is straight ahead.
Okay, that's why I had to throw in the moon.
The sky.
So then we're tucking the chin, pulling in, extending this head neck one more time to look up, and then face forward. Lauren's side profile indicates this movement the best here. And finish, looking on the horizon.
Now you can look at the sunrise.
Excellent. Let's take the ribcage to those same directions. Again, Lauren's side profile highlights this the best. Retract the shoulder blades, pull a pencil together. Then, easy does it with the chin tuck, and then the ribcage. We're flexing that ribcage on the hips, like a candy cane or a J. Then, push the sternum forward, keep the hips placed still. The extension is very small. We're lifting the ribcage up, and then crest that wave or the top of the roller coaster hill as we flex back down. Push the sternum through one more time. Up the hill, crest to the hill, and then just pause for a second. From here, extension first, so lift that rib cage up, and then flex forward. Then pull down, continue to lift up, making sure the head and neck doesn't do too much here, and then out front again one last time. Hold the rib cage down and extend on the horizon. Time for those hips. Keep the knees straight. They might have to bend. Keep your feet where they are. They might have to move. Make it up a little bit, but start by doing our posterior tuck in the hip. That's tucking under, and then gently tip that tailbone away. That's where my knees often would bend. So same thing, tuck under, the knees straighten when we do that one, and then tip back, easy on the low back, move it around. Then might we be able to scoop and go from scoop to tuck, and tuck to scoop, and scoop to tuck. And is there a possible way to switch that direction, Lauren? I'm not exactly sure. But figure it out, play with those hips, roller coaster styles with the head, the hips, and ribs. And let's take it to Lauren for the feet.
We'll start with our feet in parallel, and we'll gently peel that foot off the floor, coming to that demi point. From that demi point, let's just push some weight straight down to it. So balls of feet are connected, toes are spread out, and as you do that, you can fire up that VM. And then push the heel down, extend the hip. Repeat on the other side. Feel the pull off the floor, and then again, push that weight straight down, feel that into that upper leg, and drive the heel down and feel that in the butt cheek. Let's do that pull off the floor again. Then this time we'll use our toes to point. We'll allow the toes to roll or flex over, but keep the ankle in line. And then go back to the toe point, back to the demi point, heel comes down, hip extends. Repeat on the other side. Feel that pull off the floor. Then use your toes. Gently flex over. Then come back to those toe point, demi point, heel connects, hip extends. From here, we'll do the same thing, but we'll do it from our first position, so we'll turn out slightly. Feel that pull off the floor, this time feeling that adductor. Let's push some weight into that demi point again, and then drive the heel down. Repeat on the other side. As you pull off the floor, that adductor or groin fires up. Push some weight straight down into that demi point, and then press the heel back to the floor. Other side. Feel that pull off the floor. Then use your toes to point. Gently flex or roll over. Then get back to the point. Through the demi, heel connects. Other side, pull, point, flex over, Get back to the point, demi, heel connects. We have one more. We'll stay on one leg and point another leg out to the side, just so the balls of the feet and the toes are down. Our standing leg is nice and straight and stacked. With that other leg, let's use our toes to point, and then demi. Point and demi. For 3 more, we're using the bottom of the foot to pop the laces off the top of your foot. Last one, and then this time toes come down, heel will come down, and feel the pull across as you transfer weight to the other side. And same thing from the ball of the foot on the other side to the point. Ball and point. Really try to point that foot, flick the floor away. Last 2 and 1, keeping the knee straight, and then we'll pull ourselves down. And before we go anywhere, just pull the floor together underneath you. Feel those adductors light up, and then press the floor away. Feel those hips extend and kneecaps pull up, and then gently relax. Whew. Back to the theme park.
Back to the theme park. Thank you, Lauren. At the theme park, we'll start with the head and start on the Ferris wheel. That initiates with our chin tuck in. Modest, but stay retracted. From here, may you slide to one side. The imaginary circle will draw is okay too, and pull the chin down. Then can you slide to the other side? Then without shrugging the shoulders, push energy out of the top of those eyeballs as you reach up over the crest of that circle. And one more time. From my right side, I'll pull down. Down and slide across. Up and over without lifting the traps as to avoid a shrug. And then back over to my initial lateral slide, so I'll finish in the center. Repeating on the other side. Slide. Now go the other direction as well. So for me, that's counterclockwise now. Down the bottom, out to the side. Shoot energy out of the eyeballs to get that up and over action. I'm back to my original lateral. I'll pull down. Slide across. Up and over. Sometimes it sounds like Rice Krispies. Little snap, little crack, a little pop. And that's okay as long as it feels okay. The more you do it, it might sound a little bit less. Let's do that same action through the rib cage. For that, again, I like my hands across chest with my shoulder blades in retraction. I'll still slide to my right first. I'll pull my rib cage down, across. That could light up those abs. I hope it does. Then lift up and over without shrugging. And one more time in that same circle. Pull down. Keep this pull as you slide the other way. The up and the over, but you could still take a punch to the abs. We have our shield set. Back to the lateral, and then finish in center. One more time, we'll slide the other way. So for me, that's going left, and then I'll go counterclockwise, down, over, up. Could you still take a punch as you go up and grow tall? And one more time, hi-ya, on the down. Feel those abdominals engage. Slide, up and over, and then, whoo, easy does it back to center. Same effort in those hips. For that, I will take one of Lauren's foot positions from earlier in that wide stance and slightly pull myself down. Just enough to bend the knees. It doesn't have to be low. From here, try the same thing. It's a little bit of a hip hike here, and then pull across over here. Then push down out of the hips without sinking low. Scoop out the bottom. That creates a hip hike over here, and same effort. 1 or 2 more. If you're getting lost, that's okay. Feel those circle shapes in those hips. That's 2 directions. That's 2 in 1 direction for me. So now I'm going to switch. I'm going to go over, down on this right side. Oh, that could feel really good on those hip holsters. I hope that it feels like we're making room in the femur heads at the hips. One last little circle. I've got a little lost where I am here, so I'm going to finish in center, push away, and hand it back to Lauren to continue the squat.
We'll go back to those 3 positions, but now we'll add our squats or our knee bends. So starting in parallel, we'll feel the pull, press our knees towards over toes, and just hang out here for a second. Shift weight a little into your left foot, and then shift your weight into your right foot. Come back to 2 feet and press to tall. Repeat again. Feel that pull down. Press up. This time we're going to press up and find that 2-legged balance and hold. Kneecaps pulled up, hips extended, core brace, and then slowly descend, keeping your knees nice and straight. Now,
I'm happy that
knees
finger's not
over
pointing at
toe.
me.
Yeah. This time, allow the heels to come up, and then the heels to go back down, and press to toe. Knees over toe. Heels come up. This time, let's press out of it. Hold that top balance for 3, 2, then knees go back over the toes. Heels come down. Hips extend to tall. Repeat in that first position. So turning the feet out slightly. First, feel that pull together. As we slide down here into a squat, we're trying to create that diamond shape and stay between 2 panes of glass. Repeat again. Feel that pull down and then press away. And we're growing up to that first balance this time, pushing out of the floor with straight knees. Once we get there, keep the knees straight, slowly descend. Knees back over toes. Could the heels peel up off the floor and hold? Still try to keep those knees side. Heels connect, press to tall. Repeat, feel that pull down. Heels leave the floor. Press into the floor to grow up. Hold. Then knees back over the toes. Heels connect, press to tall. One more time from that second position. So our second are a little bit wider. Is only go as far as you can point that foot and then place it down. First, feel that pull together, and you pull so much your knees start to bend. And then press away and extend those hips up tall. Repeat, pull, pull, pull. And then press, press, press. Keep pressing, find your first balance. Heels forward, kneecaps up, knees stay straight as you come down. Pull together. Stay down here as your heels rise off the floor. Then try to stay the same height as you connect your heels again and press to tall. One more routine. Knees over toes. Heels peel up. Press into the floor to grow. And then knees go back over the toes. Heels connect and press to tall. Whew.
Oh,
shake it out.
When I saw the 3-way squats were on the menu today, I put them there. But when I saw that and thought of it, I was really happy. I like that warm up. And I think you should do that at our next bar class. Thursdays, live, 8:15. Be there or check it out in the archive.
Until then,
we have our wrists and hips. Let's get to the floor in the fold. Let's continue off of the roller coaster. Start. Shoulder blades retracted. Hands could be tight. It'd be easier, a little bit of counterbalance if they're at your sides. Hands in tight, or shoulder blades tight too. Then tuck a chin. Then we're doing that J or candy cane, flexing the rib cage onto those hips. And breathe. Trying to make space between each unique vertebrae. It may or may not be possible. Just visualize that articulating spaces, creating room, flexing, getting your nose towards your knees. Oh, the hamstrings today, Lauren. What do we do?
I know. Keeping those hips over top of your ankles. Trying not to push your butt back.
From here, take a breath or two. Lightly place the hands on the floor. Bend the knees. And gracefully come down. All fours position. Fingertips, callus lines, and hands. Be aware of all components of the hand throughout. The blood donations are forward. Armpits are low. And we're breathing. From here, pull the hands to the knees. Create tension. Perhaps by creating that tension, provides the stability to drift, just like Lauren did, shoulders towards over the fingertips. Then straight elbows, push yourself back, and keep the tailbone tipped to the ceiling sky. Anterior tip, or cow. Pull, hands to knees. Create tension. Pulling the hands to the knees creates that stability to lean forward and press back with a long tailbone. One more time. Pull, hands to knees. Shoulders towards over those wrists. Push yourself away, and this time push and extend those hips through. Shake them out. Underhand grip, same effort. Wrist extension, fingertips first, callus lines, then hands. Take a moment. Take a breath. Shrug your shoulders in your ear, and then, hey, pull them out. Safely press the index fingers in the floor. Both sides. Create tension, and then relax. Same effort on the middle fingers. Perhaps they turn white. Perhaps they light up the flexor side of that forearm and relax. Same effort on the middle. Ring. ring finger, then relax, and then pinky. And now Lauren's going to call out a whole bunch of fingers in a row, and we're going to try to keep up. Go, Lauren.
Thumb, pinky,
Yep.
ring, middle, index, thumb, pinky, ring, middle,
Oh,
index.
give us a chance.
Oh, you told me to call them out.
That was really good. Nice. So from there, bend the elbows, peel it up, and stick with Lauren for more hips.
All right, well, we have to come, oh, I get what you mean. You meant lunge hips.
Any hips.
Okay, let's do our circle hips today. So we'll have to come back to our wrists. Why don't you watch first and then join me in the round 2. So in this first time through, we're going to have our core brace. We'll gently bend a knee. We'll kick towards the ceiling, but keep our hips square to the floor. From here, we're going to open the leg up to the side, but stay long between the hip and the rib cage as we come around. Knee towards elbow, knee towards chest, and then back underneath. And then we'll reverse it. We'll keep our tailbone long as our hip flexes. Reach up to the side. Draw the circle around the back, trying to stay square to the floor. And return underneath.
Core stability. It didn't move. Hip mobility. Articulate that gentle circle. I'm in. Looking forward to this. I like this move a lot.
Let's come down with our hands on the floor, underneath our shoulders. Shoulders packed, knee bend. So bend one knee, kicking your butt with your heel. Slowly kick towards the ceiling, but keep those hips square to the floor. Once there, just hold for an extra second. We'll start turning the corner or lifting the knee out to the side, but remember to keep that long space between the bottom of your rib and your hip as you draw the knee to around the side, towards the elbow, towards the chest, and just hold that knee flexion position, knee towards chest, keeping the tailbone long, and then brush the leg back to parallel. Maybe place it down for a second, rebend the knee, getting the heel towards the bum, keep the tailbone long as the knee comes towards the chest. Then the leg will lift out to the side, the ankle will lift, the knee will draw a circle all the way around the back. You're back in that hip extension, squaring up the hips to the floor, extending to the ceiling, but not through your low back. Keep the core brace. Pull the knee back underneath, returning it to the floor. Whew. Take a second off, shake out those wrists. Well, you don't need to turn around, but we'll do the same thing on the other side. From that stable position, the core brace. We're going to bend the other knee, heel towards butt, $1 million bill in the back of the knee. With the core brace, like I said before, kick the ceiling. Keep those shoulders and hips square to the floor. From here, the leg starts to rotate open towards the fire hydrant position, keeping that length between bottom rib and hip as the knee comes around towards the elbow, towards the chest, and then brushes back underneath and just pauses. Let's rebend that knee, kick the butt. Keep the tailbone tilted to the ceiling as you now flex the hip towards the chest. Then you lift it out to the side. Ankle will lift as the knee starts to draw the circle around towards the back. Keep that hips closed and square to the floor. Core brace as you kick for the ceiling. And then return that knee underneath. Whew. From here, we're going to come to standing. I think that would be a nice idea.
Sounds good.
Let's have our tail tilted towards the ceiling, push the floor forward and back, keeping our knees bent but lifting our hips towards the ceiling. Once your hips are up there and you have that tilt in the tailbone, then gently keep that tilt, but try to press your heels towards the floor and breathe. And you might not straighten your knees, and that's okay. And you might not get your heels down, and that's okay, but your tailbone's tilted. Now pull the floor together, hovering your knees back just above the floor. Retilt the tailbone to the ceiling, push forward and back, lifting the hips again. Tailbone stays long, that pelvis tilt as the heels press towards the floor. We'll do that one more time, pulling to that hover bear, tilting the tailbone, lifting the hips, then gently trying to straighten the knees. And this time, let's add that bend in the knees. Walk the hands back to the feet, load up the hinge, and press through to tall. Whew.
Excellent.
Oh, front rolls. Sorry, I couldn't
That's
read
good.
that.
We'll get back down there.
I read
we'll
rib
get back
rolls.
down. We'll get back down.
We'll get back down.
Let's get back down there through the squat. Lauren had us warm up in that nice wide stance. Let's utilize the narrow stance to get down to the squat. I saw a certain someone, yes, it was mom, painting the other day, and she used her sissy squat to get up and down, and it made me so happy. So shows up in real life. Let's do it. Knees over those toes. From there, could the heels lift, allowing us to toe squat or get lower? And then with or without those hands, touch, knees, hips extend, check in. I like setting up my hands from here in a nice wide position. So doing our gentle front roll. Initiate the movement with the head neck as to tuck a chin and look to sniff or look at the armpit. From there, the elbows have to bend and we can flex or roll, rounding, getting the head of the shoulder towards the floor. Then press back. Lauren did the great thing. She crossed her hand. I didn't get my hand out of the way. It felt weird. So we could either take our hand across our body or place it at the hip, tuck a chin, and very slowly, I heard Lauren breathe already, so take that extra breath, press back up to the wide position. And for those who know or want to explore, we tuck a chin. We initiate that flex roll. You might push the feet in the ground, straightening the knees, bringing the bum over the shoulders, and then rolling through. Take your time, there's absolutely no rush, but enjoy that nice little judo style roll 1 or 2 more times. So for that, my hands are wide, hand at my hip, tuck a chin, just looking to connect that shoulder blade to the floor and enjoying that ray of sun I'm finding right here too. Then press through, hand up at the hip, tuck a chin. You rolling, Lauren?
Well, you're in my way.
I thought I moved so you could roll.
No, that's what I was looking at you.
Then I'll move more. Enjoy the roll. It can feel really good, but there's absolutely no rush to get to it. Press through. Maybe last repetition here. I'll roll on my other side as well. Use the feet. Pull yourself through to either Lauren's squat or a nice tall sit. While we're down here, let's just get right to our first zoo exhibit. Sticking with the down dog shape, we'll call it our elephant here, and tip your tailbone to the ceiling, lift up, and walk forward. Contralateral gait, meaning right hand, left foot move as a team, left hand, right foot move as a team. Breathe into this shape. Try to articulate that pull-push through the hand, driving the actions through the arm and then shoulder. Then walk backwards. Push the floor forward through the hand, toe ball heel in the back. Heels may or may not touch, and that's okay. And then from there, let's go back to the hinging position, stacking, and then extending through and shaking out. I'm the zoo master. Lauren's the squat master. Take it away.
Nice. I would like to first hang out in our low squat and then get into some single leg balances. So let's step into a squat stance that's comfortable for you. Might be narrow, might be wide, figure it out. Feel that pull on the floor as you descend into that low squat. Feeling those adductors as you pull yourself to your safe low. For this first squat today, let's just hang out, drifting a little bit side to side, but keeping the heel down and the nice extended spine. Drive those knees away from center as you press to tall. Shake it out, maybe adjust your stance a little bit. Take a breath, and then let's do it again. Feel that pull as we bring ourselves to low. Nice long spine, heels are heavy. Our feet are gripping the floor. We have that nice arch pull underneath. Let's gently pry a knee open away from center and then bring it back. And same thing on the other side, and that foot stays heavy while you're doing that. Now, could you do the opposite and bring a knee towards center and then pry it open? And then knee towards center and pry it open. And then drive down and away and stand up tall. And just shake that out. Nice.
Thank goodness it was only 2 repetitions.
Just 2.
Holy. Let's utilize that toe squat getting down to the floor, and we'll do a crab part 1 and then perhaps part 2. Knees over those toes, safely max out the flat feet. Then peeling the heels off the floor allows us to get lower. With or without those hands, extend those hips through all the way. And then any way good for you, let's just sit on our bum. I was watching Lauren's crab the other day, and my hands were in the wrong position for me. So I like how Lauren's hands turn out to the side. Pay attention to the hands. They probably will face lateral for better stability at the wrist. From this position, press your hands away, just like Lauren squats in the feet. That should press your rib cage forward a little bit, extending the spine. Now pay attention to the low back. Could you tuck your hips under to just hover your buttocks on the ground? Then tip your tailbone back so your buttocks may touch the ground again. From here, same effort. Push the hands away to stabilize the upper body. Then at the low body, tuck the hips under to just hover the butt, and then pull those femur heads back in, tipping the tailbone back. Repeat again. Tuck or untuck as you scoop away from the floor. Hold that position, stiffen those elbows, and then tip the tailbone back, pulling those femur heads in. Last repetition for now. Scoop, pushing out, just like our hip bridge, and then the tailbone tip. And relax. All good?
Yeah, just take a break. That was a lot.
Oh, good. Hopefully it was a lot on those low abs, maybe those arms too. From here, it's play with your strength day. Sometimes there's rules, sometimes there's no rules. Let's stand.
Oh, I thought
Back
that
up.
was this
Squats,
beginning.
part 2, and then part 2 on that crab.
Excellent. All right. Let's have our feet underneath us right here. And we'll push weight down into the floor and find that first balance rise. Once we're up here, let's find stability by spreading out and gripping those toes, pulling up the kneecaps, extending the hips, embracing the core. And when I'm balancing, I like to look at one point that's not moving. So find that point, and then as you descend, keep those knees nice and straight. We're going to add on here, but feel free to stay on 2 feet. Push into the floor, growing back up to tall. Now this time, let's start transferring our weight onto a single leg. So what I start to do is load up my standing leg that's going to take the whole weight by stacking underneath of it. So that little bit of a transfer, and we're holding a single leg balance for 3, 2. Then that other foot's going to come back down, find stability in center, and then push over. Find that stacked position first, and then remove that second foot and hold for 3, 2, and then that second foot comes back down, and the knees stay straight, and we just slowly descend. Good. Now we're going to add on a little bit. It's going to be harder. So last time we went up on 2 feet. So let's just go up there. We went up on 2 feet and we held. Feel how high you are right now. You might have like 4-inch stilettos on right now. Okay, and slowly descend. As we do this on a single leg, I want you to think about how high you can get. Can you get up to that 4-inch level? So we're back, but now we're standing on 1 foot. So knees forward, low position in. Push down into the floor, have that balance aid at your side as needed. Push down into the floor, and on a single leg, try to grow up and hold. Hips extending out that back leg, squeezing the glute, growing to 4 inches, and then own the down, whoo, and shake it out. And we'll do the same thing on the other foot. So root the foot in the floor, find that position, push down to go up, slowly 1 inch at a time, and only get to a place that you can own the ascent, hold, and then own the down as well. Slow. Whew. Nice.
Some days we might wibble and wobble more than others, and that is okay. That's how we learn. Delicately find that edge or lose balance a little bit and learn how to regain. Toe squats to the floor. Feet stay heavy, knees over toes. Peel the heels up to get your hips lower. If you're no hands, or even if you are, can the knees touch at the same time? Extend through. Then sit back, hands to the ground again, and just finish off that crab effort. My fingertips face out to the sides, feet in line with the hips. Push the hands out, pops that chest forward just a little bit. Now scoop the hips under and continue the scoop. You may have to toe forward a little bit to extend those hips in your first big bridge. Push the hands away, squeeze your buttocks. Now to get down, tip your tailbone back, pulling those femur heads in, and assemble with your hips on the ground, tailbone tipped back, and just rest. From here, initiate with the tailbone as you'll scoop it under, cramping up the glutes, bridging, breathing in our nice little crab here. Hold. Push the floor away. That can open up those pecs. Then tip your tailbone back. Shoulders haven't moved yet. They actually don't move throughout almost at all. And then tailbone back. It'll be the final effort today. Either watch for the next time or join us for the last rep. Initiate. Tailbone tuck. Squeeze the bum. Extend the hips. Bridge. Breathe. Cramp your glutes. Brace your abs. Nice tall park bench here. And then tailbone tip back. Take your time to the ground. And then easy does it on the out. There's also no rules. So maybe switch legs if you knew what you did last time. Switch.
No rules to
Come
what?
through.
Stand up?
Just stand up.
No rules. Standing up.
Nice. Little extra squat time, Lauren.
Little extra squat time.
Or balance time.
All right, we're going to combine both squat and balance. So let's stand wider than our normal squat width. We're going to pull ourselves down into our sumo. We're going to press and we're going to own our balances. So we're going to push away and find a single leg balance on the side. Now, I'm going to make you own these balances. That means the standing leg that we're on is nice and straight. The other leg, the knee is to the side, the hips are forward. Now stay on the standing leg and point, but don't bend your standing leg. Then fall, toe ball, heel, land center. Press to the other side, same checklist. Foot is rooted, kneecap is straight, knee is to the side. Now straighten your bent leg, but don't bend your straight leg. And then toe ball, heel, land center. Repeat again, press, hold. Knee side, knee straight. Keep that knee straight, straighten the other leg. And then toe ball, heel, land. Press, hold. Knee straight, stacked. You might feel that line. And then straighten and hold. Don't bend the other knee. Toe ball, heel, land. We're going to add on, if you'd like, for 2 each side. Hold. Before we straighten, could we find a balance up? Press the floor away, grow. Then we're going to come down to the heel. Then straighten the leg. And toe ball, heel, land. Other side. Press, hold. Knee side. Knee straight. Try to grow up. Hold. Then own the down. Straighten the leg. Toe ball, heel, land. One more time each side. Up. Go up. Hold. Oh, could you straighten the leg up there? Ooh. And then toe ball, heel, land. That was tricky. And one more time. Up. Then press to tall. Could you stay on that demi rise and try to straighten the other leg? And then toe ball, heel, land. And press to tall.
For those who have been in the studio or even seen our Instagram, we have these little nail art figurines, and that second position on rise is one of my favorites. And I felt like I kind of channeled that, and that's what distracted me.
I thought I was doing pretty well too.
Yeah.
But
this is our body weight, play with your strength, handstand / weekend workout. Those who are in the audience have told us maybe the handstand isn't quite for them, but we still want to have fun with it. So for this section, Lauren and I will be trying a little bit of a max effort on a handstand. And for you, about 1 minute doing your straight arm task. Is that a high planks position from your knees, or maybe just figuring out that tension from the toes, or maybe figuring the tension out from the knees. We could walk through like an elephant for a minute, build tension, build endurance. We could do so many different things here.
Crabs.
We could do crabs, work on that stiff arm strength, respect the wrists, check in. Lauren's going to do a handstand. I'm going to follow with her. We're going to aim for about 10 seconds or so. Then we'll come back to Lauren's extended squat set because I really like that. And then we'll finish out with some nice stretches for the hips. So for about a minute here, maybe broken into 20-second intervals, play with your straight arm skills. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Celebrate those happy accidents. I know I said 10 seconds, but it's been 35. And breathe. Take your time. Build that strength.
What did I get you?
40 seconds.
20
Solid
more.
effort.
I didn't know it was going to go that well.
So did you miss the handstand nature of today's class? If so, let us know, because we would love to celebrate that movement and share more tips with you. We do have a workshop in studio, but online is where we're dedicated as well. So let us know. Let's create resources for you if you want. Until then, I want to squat one more time, Lauren.
Great.
One quick squat. Just one grand, big squat, I think, here.
Okay. Let's stand wide like we did the last time. We'll feel the pull as we pull ourselves low. Now this time, ceiling on head. Feel that pull as you press yourself across. In this side position here, extend your hips forward. So keep them forward. Now your straight leg is going to pull in, and it pulls so much it starts to bend, and then the other leg presses away and is straight. And those hips are extended again. Repeat, feel the pull as you drive yourself across. Hips extended. And then leg pulls, adductor fires, press yourself over. Could we do this and sink a little bit lower? Your limiting factor here in sinking lower is going to be that ankle mobility, that knee towards over toe. So work on it. Pull yourself across.
I do, Lauren.
Pressing, hips forward.
Oh, I just feel my upper body leaning here today.
One more time each side. Yep, we're trying to stay upright, but the hips are forward. And last time, pulling yourself across, knee towards over toe. Then come to center, sink a little lower, and then drive to tall. Whew.
Driving to tall.
Ah.
One more time. Handstand, crawl, down dog plank. Aim for it. Shake it out. Repeat one last time in about 5, 4, 3, and go. Still pretty good. I should have stopped, but go for it, Lauren. Breathe. Maybe challenge yourself the other way. If that handstand was too much, come back and just focus on your high tension plank. Finish with integrity. It might happen you bail like I did in the back, and that's okay. But for the next time, finish stronger. All right, let's get to the floor. Final move here for those hips. Elephant trunks, shake it out.
Painting the fence.
Painting the fence. Keep those wrists supple. No rules. Get down to the floor. And then assemble in our 90 position here. Where's the rib cage? First, square it up. Then where's that bottom hip? Push it forward and pull the bottom leg under. From there, can we just press ourselves back up to our 90 sits and very gently straighten the front leg. Slowly straighten it out. Either our dorsiflex foot, karate style, ballet gymnastic style, pointed toes. From here, take that leg to the back. Then pull this leg in. Push that back hip forward. Hold, pull that front leg in and push the back leg forward. Easy on the off. You might be able to, at the foot in the back, kind of toe heel, create a little bit more room. Same thing, pull the front leg in, push the back leg forward. Squeeze the glute, extend the hip, compress on that long side. Hold it there, relax the tension, and maybe you could heel toe in the back. I'm fine where I am right now. And from one more time, pull in on the front, push through with that back leg. Keep breathing. Then stay there, relax the tension, gently bend that front knee, come back to the elbow, and just for one more time, hip forward, shoulders forward, compression in on the other side. For the next time, let's move to the other side now. Anyhow, no rules, but we'll start on the elbow. Check. Then, where's the shoulders? Squaring up. stacking the shoulder over top of that elbow. The hips, the back hip is forward, bottom leg is pulling in, and then transition to the tall sits position from here, and gently straighten out the front leg at the knee. Where's the kneecap positioning? On this side, it wants to turn out for me. Lauren's gonna have that gorgeous turn in. Try to keep the kneecap facing in or most likely up to the ceiling. All right, bottom leg or front leg out front, long leg out front, pull in that hip flexor, and then extend the hip on the other side. We're creating tension for, again, what I'm perceiving as about 10 seconds worth of work, and then relax. Same thing, stiff leg, stiffen it up, point those toes. Compress or pull it in that hip, and butt squeeze on the other side, extending through. Staying squared over top, building that awareness too, and then relaxing. Your third and final rep, stiffen the leg, pull it in that hip, extend or push the hip through on the other side. Breathe in, hold that tension, create compression. Stay there, relax, and reset. Just like that.
Just like that.
And that's how we celebrate our Saturday mornings online. At home, we've already baked bread, done dishes, and Lauren plans on gardening later today.
We just prepared our bread.
Yes, I'm going home to garden.
And I want to cut all the kale so we can blanch it and stick it in the freezer for the winter.
That sounds good. So those are some of our ingredients for success. Wrote about that in a blog not too long ago. We like our kale. We like our backyard garden. We like staying busy on the weekend. But namely, this practice is also an important ingredient to our week. So thank you very much for celebrating with us here today. We'll be back. We will. It's not Thanksgiving yet. So we'll be back next weekend live at 8 a.m. in the archive thereafter. And until then, stay strong and let's train soon. And as always, take care. Bye-bye.